today's session, we are going to discuss mucosal drug delivery system. So let us move towards the mucosal drug delivery system. This is a disclaimer for all of you. So in this session, we are going to discuss the theories of mucoadhesion. There are total 6 theories are there, as the mucoadhesion is a complex process and numerous theories have been proposed to explain the mechanisms involved in the mucoadhesion. These theories include the mechanical, interlocking, then electrostatic, then the diffusion interpenetration, then adsorption and the fracture process. Furthermore, these theories are divided into the wetting theory, diffusion theory, fracture theory, electronic theory, adsorption theory, and the mechanical theory. This material I have adapted from the various review articles which I obtained from the Brazilian Journal of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Journal of Advanced Pharmaceutical Technology and Research, Journal of Pharmaceutical and Bioallied Sciences. So let us see one by one all these theory. First, the wetting theory. Look at the figure. Here I have shown the two figures. One which is related with the influence of contact angle on the mucoadhesion, and the second that is related with the liquid bioadhesive spreading over a typical soft tissue surface. The contact angle of the formulation, or the droplet, if the formulation it is in the form of liquid, their contact angle, their spreadability decides the mucoadhesion, whether the formulation is going to be adhere or it is not going to be. The formulation should have the contact angle very near to or equal to the zero, then and then only the liquid formulation it is going to be adhered to the mucosa. So generally the wetting theory, it is applied to a liquid or a low viscosity bioadhesives. Formulation adhered to mucosa by the embedding process, isn't it? The adhesive agent penetrate. See, this is the adhesive agent, for example, which is incorporated into the liquid vehicle. So adhesive agent penetrates into the surface irregularities of the substrate that is the mucosa, and ultimately harden and producing the many adhesive anchors. The free movement of adhesive on the surface of substrate is due to reduce the surface tension present at the interface. Here the surface tension between the tissue and air, surface tension between the formulation and air, and surface tension between the formulation and tissue we have to suppose to consider, and that will give us the idea about the mucoadhesion. So free movement of adhesive on the surface of substrate is due to reduce the surface tension present at the interface. As the general rule, it states that lower the contact angle, greater the affinity. So this contact angle, if this contact angle is very high, in such cases we are not getting much mucoadhesion. If this contact angle is very less, look at the figure, so you will get the idea about how the contact angle affects the mucoadhesion. So as a general rule, states that the lower the contact angle in this third figure, contact angle greater the affinity, isn't it? The contact angle should be, generally it should be equal to or close to zero to provide adequate spreadability. If contact angle is very high, what will happen? Such formulation is not going to be sprayed onto the mucosal lining. So formulation should have the low contact angle in order to get the mucoadhesion. So spreadability, it is given by the equation SB is equal to gamma TA minus gamma BT minus gamma BA. Look at the second figure. that is a liquid biodiesel spreading over a typical soft tissue surface. So this is the air, this is the formulation, this is the tissue. So whatever here the gamma BA, it is the surface tension between polymer and the air. Polymer means this is the formulation and this is the air. Then the gamma TA. Gamma TA is the surface tension between the tissue and the air. And gamma BT, it is a surface tension between the tissue and the formulation. So we have considered here the surface tension between the tissue and air, tissue and the formulation, and formulation and the air, isn't it? So it is given by the equation, that is spreadability, that is the SB, that is the spreadability coefficient. SB is equal to gamma TA minus gamma BT minus gamma BA. Generally, to get the good mucoadhesion, gamma TA value should be very high. That is the surface tension between the tissue and the air. It should be high. Then and then only we will get the good mucoadhesion. And the values of gamma BT and gamma BA, it should be very low, right? So mucoadhesion is favored by the large values of gamma TA or the small values of the gamma BT and gamma BA. So this is about the first theory, that is the wetting theory. Now let us move towards the next theory, diffusion theory. On right hand side, see the figures. So very first figure here, the blue color lines, it is the polymeric chain, and the reddish color, it is the mucus layer, isn't it? This is the A. In the case of B, the polymeric chain and the mucus gets contacted, so they are close to each other. And furthermore, due to the diffusion of the polymeric chain, for the we are getting the mucoadhesion. Look at the second figure. Say for example, this is a formulation, it get swollen, and these are the green, these are the polymeric chain from the dosage form. At lower side, this is the mucous membrane, and these are the mucus chains. So there is an interdiffusion between the polymeric chain and the mucus chain. Thereby, we are getting the mucoadhesion. So this is the secondary interactions between the mucoadhesive devices and of the mucus. So in the case of diffusion theory, both the polymer and mucin chain, so this is a polymer and these are the mucin chain, interpenetrated in a sufficient depth which creates the semi-permanent adhesive bond. So in the case of diffusion theory, both the polymer and the mucin chain interpenetrated in a sufficient depth which creates a semi-permanent adhesive bond. The adhesive force, whatever here, increases with the degree of penetration of the polymeric chain. At what depth the polymeric chains are going to be penetrated into the mucin chain, that is important. That will decide the adhesion force between the polymeric chain and the mucin chain. The penetration rate depends on the diffusion coefficient, then the flexibility and nature of mucoadhesive chain mobility and contact time. Whatever the penetration rate of the polymeric chains are there, it is depend on the diffusion coefficient of polymeric chain, then chain flexibility, then the nature of mucoadhesive chains, then its mobility and the contact time. The depth of interpretation required to produce an efficient bioadhesive bond lies in the range of 0.2 to 0.5 micrometer. Generally, the interpenetration depth of polymer and mucin chain can be estimated by the equation L is equal to square root of TdB, where L is the interpenetration depth of the polymer The T, it is the contact time, and dB is the diffusion coefficient of the mucoadhesive material in the mucus, right? Greater the structural similarity of the polymer and greater the solubility of polymer in the mucin leads to greater diffusion and better mucoadhesive bond. So here in the diffusion theory, both the polymer and mucin chain interpenetrated in a sufficient depth which creates a semi-permanent adhesive bond. The adhesion force which increases with the degree of penetration of the polymeric chain into the mucin chains. The penetration rate depends on the diffusion coefficient of polymer. It is depend on the flexibility of the polymer. It is depend on the nature of mucoadhesive chains present in the mucoadhesive polymer, mobility and contact time. The depth of interpenetration required to produce an efficient bioadhesive bond, it is ranging between 0.2 to 0.5 micrometer. The interpenetration depth of the polymeric chains and mucin chain can be estimated by using the formula L is equal to square root of TdB, where the T, it is the contact time, and the dB, it is the diffusion coefficient of the mucoadhesive material in the mucus. If there is a greater similarity between the structure and solubility of polymer in the mucin leads to greater diffusion and better mucoadhesive bond. So this is about the diffusion theory, right? Let us move towards the next theory. Yes, fracture theory. Look at the figure. Mucoadhesive formulation, say for example tablet, it is placed onto the mucous membrane. There is a interaction between the polymeric chain and the chains which are present in the mucin layer, or say the mucin, and they get adhered to the each other. Here we are utilizing the measurement of the mucoadhesion in terms of the mechanical force to remove the formulation from the mucosa. So during the removal of formulation from the mucosa, there may be the creation of fractures in the dosage form, in the mucin layer, or in the at the interface of the dosage form and the mucin layer. So that's why the theory, it is known as the fracture theory. This is the most used theory in the studies on the mechanical measurement of the mucoadhesion. So look at the figure here. This is the dosage form, and the fracture in hydrated layer of the device when force is applied to the dosage form. Here this is the second fracture at the interface between the dosage form and the mucin layer, and the third fracture at the mucin layer. It is due to the weak bonding between the polymeric chains and the mucin chain, or weak bonding between the mucin chains or the polymer chains. So this is the most used theory in the studies on the mechanical measurement of mucoadhesion. It analyzes the force required to separate two surfaces after adhesion is established. Simply, we have to suppose to adhere the formulation to the mucosal layer, and it measures, or it analyzes, according to this theory, it analyzes the force required to separate two surfaces after adhesion. The force SM, it is frequently calculated in the test of resistance to rupture by the ratio of maximal detachment force, that is FM, and the total surface area, that is A0. It can be calculated by using the formula SM, that is a force is equal to FM, that is the maximal detachment force divided by the surface area. The rupture rarely occurs at the surface, but near it or at the weakest point. The weakest point may be in the polymeric device, or it may be in the mucin layer or mucus layer, or it may be at the interface of the polymer and the mucus, which can be the interface itself and the mucus layer or hydrated region of the mucus. So this is the hydrated region of the mucus, right? The fracture theory is concerned only with the force required to separate the parts. So this is in the fracture theory, it is going to consider only the force required to separate the parts, isn't it? It does not take into the account the interpenetration or diffusion of the polymeric chain, as we have discussed in the wetting theory or the diffusion theory. It is appropriate to use in the calculation for the rigid and semi-solid bioadhesive material in which the polymer chain do not penetrate into the mucus layer. So this theory, it is applicable for the calculation only in the rigid material or the semi-rigid bioadhesive material in which the polymer chains do not penetrate into the mucus layer. So this is about the fracture theory. Let us move towards the next theory, electronic theory. Look at the figure. I have adapted this figure from the research journal Pharmaceutics, an overview of chitosan nanoparticle and its applications in non-parenteral drug delivery. So here, more specifically, chitosan, it is having a positive charge, isn't it? The formulation, it is designed, okay, and furthermore, it is delivered to the mucosal lining, right? The mucosa, it contains the sialic acid, which is having a negative charge. The chitosan, it is having a positive charge. So due to the ionic interaction between the oppositely charged molecules, as a mucin, it contains negative charge, and the chitosan, it is having a positive charge. So these ionic interactions responsible for the mucoadhesion, right? So here, this is the positively charged chitosan particles. Here, the negative charged mucus layer. And furthermore, the drug is going to be released and absorbed through the epithelial cells into the systemic circulation. So this is the schematic representation of chitosan loaded nanoparticles, structure and interaction with the mucus layer from left to right. That is the chitosan nanoparticle, upon reaching the mucosal layer, bind to the negatively charged mucus by virtue of electrostatic attraction and the release of drug over the time. So in the electronic theory, it is based on the premise that both mucoadhesive polymer and the biological material possesses the opposite electrical charges. So here, whatever the mucoadhesion is there, we are getting, it is due to the presence of opposite electric charge onto the mucoadhesive material and onto the mucosa. As I have said that the mucosa contains the sialic acid, which is having a negative charge, and if we have selected the polymer like a chitosan, it is a cationic in nature and it is having a positive charge. So negative, positive, there may be the attraction, and we are getting the mucoadhesion. So thus, when both materials comes into the contact, they transfer electron, leading to building of the double electronic layer at the interface, where the attractive forces within this electronic double layer determines the mucoadhesive strength of the specific polymer, generally adhesion. So this is about the electronic theory. Let us move towards the next theory, that is known as the adsorption theory. So here, due to the adsorption phenomenon, we are getting the mucoadhesion. Simply, after an initial contact between the two surfaces, maybe the dosage form which contains the mucoadhesive polymer and the, say, the mucus layer, mucous membrane. The materials adhere because of surface forces acting between the chemical structures at the two surfaces. When polar molecules or groups are present, they reorient at the interface. The polar molecules which are present in the mucin, as well as that is the mucus in the mucus, and the polar molecules present in the polymeric chains. The chemisorption can occur when adhesion is particularly strong, the theory maintains that the adherence to tissue is due to the net result of one or more secondary forces like van der Waals force, like hydrogen bonding or the hydrophobic bonding. So in the adsorption theory, after an initial contact between two surfaces, the material adheres because of surface forces acting between the chemical structures at the two surfaces. When polar molecules or the groups are present, they reorient at the interface. The polar molecules which are present in the polymer and the polar groups may be present in the mucous layer. The chemisorption can occur when adhesion is particularly strong. The theory maintains that the adherence to tissue is due to the net result of the secondary forces like van der Waals force, which is responsible for the mucoadhesion, maybe the hydrogen bonding. It is furthermore responsible for the mucoadhesion, and the hydrophobic bonding responsible for the mucoadhesion in the case of adsorption theory. So this is about the adsorption theory. And the last theory, that is the mechanical theory. In the mechanical theory, it considers the adhesion to be due to the filling of the irregularities on the rough surface by a mucoadhesive liquid. So here we are applying the mucoadhesive liquid. So whatever the mucoadhesive liquid is there, it is going to fill the irregularities on the mucous layer. The roughness increases the interfacial area available to the interaction, thereby aiding dissipating energy, and can be considered to be the most important phenomenon of the process. So this is about the mechanical theory. In the case of mechanical theory, it considers the adhesion to be due to the filling of the irregularities on the rough surface by a mucoadhesive liquid. The roughness increases the interfacial area available to interactions, thereby aiding dissipating energy, and can be considered the most important phenomenon of the process. We have finished the theories of mucoadhesion. So in this session, we have discussed the theories of mucoadhesion, that is the wetting theory, diffusion theory, fracture theory, electronic theory, adsorption theory, and the mechanical theory.